Welcome to Seaweed. Um, I would like to explore with you the whole seaweed entry from the beautiful book Light Apothecary, Volume 1, The Remembering Leaves, a living codex of soul medicine from plant, star, and bone. And yeah, I'm doing this with one hand. So this is a huge, thick temple book, and in this book are over 100 plant entries structured throughout 9 gates. So instead of chapters, we have 9 gates, and each gate represents a movement of healing. So seaweed is, I believe, the last. Yes, the last plant, the 11th plant from the second gate, the water temple plants. And you can watch one of the other videos in which I share and explain more regarding the water temple and its meanings. But basically, it's all about the movement of release, the energy moving outward, and it's connected to the moon, to water, to lymph, to emotions, to dreams, and softness, and so forth. So seaweed is one of them. Her soul name, Amarine, seaweed, she who braids the salt of earth and star and remembers the first waters. So the botanical name, and as you can see, there are lots because there are also a whole family like bladderwrack lineage, but you can always check the botanical name that are listed so you know exactly what energies we are talking about. Purpose and sphere of medicine is she who remineralizes light into form. So her soul message: beloved body, you are in becoming. Let me return to you what the tides of living have taken. Let me salt your light again. She teaches restoration without urgency, replenishment without apology. She reminds the body it was formed from tides and knows how to rise again. She finishes the dissolving the soul already agreed to. Her star origin. Her lineage flows from Altair, the gateway where liquid architecture was first sung into being. There, sound learned to become structure without losing fluidity. Matter was taught to carry memory without becoming rigid. From there, she remembers how light condensed into salt, and how salt became the keeper of Earth's memory. Through her, the cosmic sea still breathes within the human bloodstream. Astronomers call Altair a bright white star. The ancient knew it as the water carrier of form. Amarine brings the same teaching to Earth's oceans: how to hold shape without hardening, and how to carry light without overflow. Her earth origin. Born in the cradle of the primordial seas. Primordial seas. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. She is the first alchemist between mineral and light. She rises where sunlight meets the shallows, green gold ribbons waving like prayer cloths in water. Hmm, waving like prayer cloths in water. Her roots anchor by suction to stone, teaching how to hold through yielding. Her elemental nature, water through earth, the body's oceanic memory. She is the skin of the planet, breathing salt and light into balance. Every tide carries her pulse, rhythmic, ancient, and patient. Her animal kin, whale and seahorse, keepers of breath and buoyancy. They remind that true strength is slow, spiral, and song. Energetic memory. She stands at the threshold between molten fire and cooling sea, the first truce between the elements. She holds both the burn and the calm, the exhaustion and the returning, the depletion and the remembering. When the inner waters have been drawn upon faster than they refill, her presence restores the tide. Amarine was the bridge between the first living cells and consciousness. When the earth cooled, she formed the cloak that kept warmth within the ocean. Her field carries the codes of remineralization, restoring what is depleted through gentle saturation. She teaches the balance between giving and dissolving, between holding structure and returning to flow. Soul identity. She is the salted memory of the primordial womb, the moment fire and water made an agreement to bring stability into movement. She carries the record of earth cooling, of steam becoming sea, of molten becoming mother. She rebuilds what life draws upon and returns to the body what the world consumes. To nourish is to pray, and her prayer is silent and deep. So, purpose and sphere of medicine: nourishment, remineralization, restoration. Amarine rebuilds what has been quietly spent: minerals, salts, cellular light. Her field supports electrolyte balance, thyroid and adrenal steadiness, post-menstruation replenishment, post-childbirth recovery, hair, skin, and nail strength, deep hydration of fascia and nervous system, restoration after stress or prolonged holding. She teaches that replenishment is sacred, that to nourish is to honor the vessel that carries your light. Oh, your body. Harvest and sourcing. Gather only what has naturally released from the rocks or has been freshly washed ashore. Never tear from living holdfacts. Rinse in ocean or spring water. Dry in open air, never under full sun. Offer a strand back to the sea before leaving. Her gratitude is tidal. Seek seaweed that is air dried naturally, clean, additive-free, and ethical harvested from Atlantic, Nordic, Pacific, or traditional Japanese coasts. She prefers small hands, not factories. She responds to reverence, not industry. Cycle of use for rebuilding depleted stores. 3 to 4 weeks and then rest for 10. For recovery, 5 days on, 2 days rest. For aura sealing, once per week. For ritual release, use during the waning moon. So she shares 5 forms of meeting the mineral gateway. So the first is mineral broth, the soup of the stars. Simmer a 2 to 3 centimeter strip of dried seaweed in broth for 15 to 20 minutes. To soup, miso, or vegetable broths. Remove before serving. A tiny amount suffices. Remineralizes tissues, strengthens hair and nails, nourishes thyroid and adrenals. For energetic exhaustion or depleted auras, simmer in clean water for 15 to 20 minutes and zip the liquid warm. Warm infusion, liquid ground. Simmer a strip in 500 milliliter of water and zip warm. This rehydrates the nervous system, ideal after bleeding, emotional processing, or travel. Powder or tincture, daily weave. A quarter teaspoon of powdered kelp or bladderwrack in warm water or smoothies once daily for mineral balance. Or tincture, 5 to 10 drops tincture. The ratio is 1 to 5 in alcohol, once or twice daily. Supports long-term mineral rebuilding and to regulate hormonal tides and emotional steadiness. The bath, resalting the aura. Add a handful of dried seaweed or 2 cups of strong infusion to warm bath water. Rest 20 minutes to release heaviness, especially after travel or emotional depletion. She restores the field's soul geometry and seals the auric boundary, closes leaks in the auric soul geometry, and releases the residue of others. Skin gel or oil, the luminosity returned. Blend soaked seaweed with aloe gel or jojoba oil. The ratio is 1 to 2. Refrigerate and use as topical nourishment for dry skin, joints, or fatigue points. Massage into spine, feet, knees, solar plexus. Draws minerals through the pores and restores hydration to fatigued tissues. So now she shares notes from the garden. This book is so heavy, I use a cushion for transport. Notes from the garden. Amarine. She is the grandmother current of Gate 2, the one who holds all waters in memory. In dreams, she often appears as a golden braid or a hand made of foam. To meet her is to remember that the ocean inside your veins is the same ocean that birthed the stars. Oh God, that is so beautiful. She teaches reverence for tides, for rest, for patience. If the world feels dry or brittle, walk near water and whisper her name. You will feel her answer as moisture on the wind. Spirit work, completion without lust. Float seaweed in salted water beneath moonlight. At dawn, speak what wishes to dissolve. Pour into running sea or river. She teaches that release can honor what once was. Memory without burden, completion without exile. Amarine stands as the final gateway of Gate 2 because restoration is the threshold between knowing and becoming, between learning the medicine and embodying the light it reveals. She closes Gate 2 so the body may open Gate 3, where matter is witness. Thank you so much. This is Cersei Gill. And yeah, this was the last. So next come the Fire Temple. Oh my god. So then we have the bridge and the Fire Temple plans. I am so excited to share more. If you're curious, interested, and as much in love as I am, and you wish to hold this beautiful book in your own hands and read at your own pace, you're very welcome to invite this temple book into your heart and home. It's available everywhere where you find your books and get your books normally. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Till next time, bye.